If you like my content, please like and click on the subscribe button. Click on the drop down and select All to see regular updates.
Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel Data Sculptor. Today we are going to see another interesting SQL question. So this time we have two tables as source as input tables. So on the left side you see something called customer dim and on the right side you see something called customer source. So based on these values uh, or the delta or the difference between these changes you need to bring the final output. So if you see here the first customer ID you have Alice as customer ID 1 and Bob as customer ID 2, and each of the customer has some city start date and end date and is current. And if you see this customer underscore source table, you have three customers: Alice New York, Bob Los Angeles, Charlie Chicago. Okay, so if you see in the output you have Alice two rows. So Alice Boston, which is the one which is present in customer dim table, and Alice New York, which is the one which is present in the customer source table, and Bob Los Angeles and Bob Los Angeles. So Bob Los Angeles is there as is, and Charlie Chicago. Charlie Chicago is a entry which is present in the customer source table but not in the customer dim table. So Charlie Chicago is present. So basically, if there are new values for each and every customer ID, if there are values updated or if there are new values in the customer source, those all those differences should be visible in the output. Since Alice city change from Boston to New York, the existing record Alice Boston, here if you observe the end date is 31 December 9009. Basically it is null. So you are changing, you need to change the Alice Boston record to current date as end date, and whatever is the Alice New York uh, entry which is present in the customer source, that should be added as a new row. And here the start date should be the current date and end date should be the null, and is current should also be changed. Okay, so initially here is current for Alice is 1, but for the Boston entry we have made it 0, and whatever entry we are getting it from the customer source table we are making it 1. And for Bob Los Angeles there is no change, right? So it is as is without any change. And the third is Charlie Chicago. So Charlie Chicago is a new entry, so start date will be this, start date will be the current date and end date will be the null, and this current will be the 1. So basically with these rules we need to write an SQL query such that we get this output. So hope you all understood the question. So try to write these queries on your own. If you are unable to write, watch this video till then. I will explain in detail how to write these queries. So if you're watching our videos for the first time, make sure you click on the subscribe button so that you'll get more updates on the channel. So now let's go back to SQL Server Studio and see how to solve this using SQL. So as discussed, these are the DDL and DML scripts of this question. So if you want to practice, you can copy this from the description of this video. So now I will execute this and you can see the input tables. So first scenario, we'll see if there is a match between the customer source table and the customer dim table based on customer ID. If there is any match based on the customer ID, we'll make sure that we will update the names and cities where whatever is changing based on the customer source table. So first, let's make the updates and then let's insert the new records. So first thing, I'll start with from customer underscore source A, inner join customer underscore dim B on A dot customer ID is equal to B dot customer ID. And so what we are trying to do is we are trying to join both these tables, and here we are using inner join because we want to make sure that the customer ID is matching between both the source and the dim table, but just that if there are updated entries then we will be uh, updating the is current to 0. Okay, so first what will we do is uh, we'll update the is current and end date to 0, right? So for Alice Boston, since the name city changed to New York, we'll update the end date to the current date and we'll update the is current to 0. Okay, after that we'll try to insert the new records, Alice New York as a new record and Charlie Chicago as a new record, right? So how do we make sure that this, so here customer ID is matching but city is changing, right? So how do we get that? So A dot city is not equal to B dot city. right? Or it can be the case that a dot name is not equal to b dot name. So this can also be a scenario where in this example we do not have any change in the names, but there might be a scenario where the name might also be changed, right? So now let's try to select and see what is the updated data. So if you see the Alice record we have got the Alice record. So what we'll do is we'll update the customer dim. So update B, the customer dim, select, sorry, set update B, set uh, B dot uh, name is equal to A dot name, comma, B dot city is equal to A dot city, comma, B dot is current is equal to 0. So since this Alice record, this customer ID is matching, we are replacing all the values which are present in the source table to the destination table. Okay, so let's not update the name and city here. We have to, since we have to insert new records, name and city we should not update. We should just update the is current, and also the end date we should update. Sorry, this is my bad. So b dot end date is equal to get date. Okay, so now we have, for the existing record, I'm updating the end date uh, to the get date, and is current as 0, right? So now if I execute this, what are we getting? We are seeing one row affected, right? So now let's select the existing data and see how it is. So if you see, Alice end date has been changed and is current has become 0. And now what we have to do, we have to write another query to make sure that new Alice record gets entered and the Charlie record also gets entered. So how do we do that? So first again, from customer underscore source, a left join customer underscore dim b on a dot customer id is equal to b dot customer id. Okay, so now simply let's do a select star and see what we are getting here. So here if you see, Alice New York is matching, and um, for Charlie you're getting this customer b dot entries. So wherever customer id and all, you're getting nulls. So this is something which we have to insert. And also one more thing, what we need to insert is, we need to insert the other record also, right? So if you see here, this Charlie Chicago, this is null. So we need to insert this record. So where? So we need to filter out this record. So where b dot customer id is null. But we also need to insert the new record for Alice. So the new record for Alice we can enter. Also, how do we identify that? So if you see here, we have in the first update query, we have made the is current as 0, right? So for is current 0, I'll apply this filter. So where b, sorry, it's not and, it's or, b dot is current is equal to 0. Okay. So now what we have to do, so select a dot customer id, comma a dot name, comma a dot city. So customer ID, name, city is there, start date. So get date as start date, comma. So end date should be this date, right? So this, whatever this date is. So this should be the end date as end date, comma, one as is current. Okay. So now if you run this, let's see what we are getting. So we are getting Alice New York as a new record, and Charlie Chicago also as a new record, right? So here initially Alice Boston is there, so now Alice New York has come. So now what we'll do is we'll simply write insert statement here. Insert into customer dim. Okay. So now if you run this, whatever is the output of this query, it will be inserted into the customer dim. Okay. So now let's see if we are getting the required output. Select star from customer dim, and if you execute that, so if you see Alice Boston, the existing record, the end date is marked as today and is current is 0. And for again Alice, New York, then start date, whatever is the new city that has come, and start date is current date and end date is blank and is current is changed. And Charlie, Chicago, new entry has come and that also is current is 1. So in this way, we'll be updating the customer dim based on the values present in the source dim. So basically, this is called slowly changing dimension, SCD type 2. So there is in data warehousing we might have something called slowly changing dimensions, and this is type 2 SCD type 2. So generally in our interviews people ask what is SCD type 2, and we'll explain that existing records will be marked as is current 0 and new records will be inserted. But how do you do it in SQL? So this is how you implement that in SQL. So hope you are clear with the solution. So if you like this video, please click on the like button and also click on subscribe button if you want to watch more videos. And if you are willing to practice SQL, you can watch there are a lot of videos in my channel. You can go to the playlist and watch all the videos. So you have uh, easy difficulty, medium difficulty, and hard difficulty. So you can select and uh, select the required playlist and watch the videos and practice on your own. So each and every question has a description with the DADL and DML script. So you just need a dedicated SQL server, or you can find in any online SQL compiler. You can practice over there. So if you have any better solution, or if you want to solve this in a different manner, so make sure that you enter it in the comments of this video so that others will get benefited. So thank you. Have a nice day.